Alright, welcome back to Super Ultra Budget Magic Online. Playing a new deck called Extraplanar Demigod. Uses Extraplanar Lens for ramping in red, and lots of cantrips to fill up the graveyard and get some Demigod of Revenge. I've also recently added 2 more combustible gear hulks in hopes of getting some card draw. Alright, looks like he's doing some ramping of his own. I'll go ahead and get my bauble out there. This is actually a nice start here. He's got a base green, so he's probably not playing a whole lot of counter spells, which are going to be extremely damaging when I try to play something like Cathartic Reunion. On my next turn, I should be able to use my Wayfarer Bauble to put out a 3rd mountain, and then I can use that to put out an Extraplanar Lens on turn 3, plus play a Cathartic Reunion, which should be helpful for getting a nice number of cards out on the battlefield. Just a quick glance at what's in my deck. Pass turn. He is got 1 whole land on the battlefield. That's enough for 4 mana with what he's doing. Growth. Okay. Looks like he's trying to do something big. So am I. Okay. Nice. I've got another Extraplanar Lens. Can't play that this turn, but I'll take one of the mountains that's already tapped so that I can tap the other one for 2. Yes. Tap this for 2. Cast a Cathartic Reunion. And in order to facilitate that, I will dump a land. And is it a Tormenting Voice or an Extraplanar Lens? I'll dump a Tormenting Voice. I do like the extra ramp that becomes available with another Extraplanar Lens. This is some decent stuff, because I can play a Combustible Gear Hulk on my next turn. And that gives me a lot of card draw. More overgrowth. Well, he's certainly got the mana to do some big stuff. It would be pretty hilarious if I blew up that forest right now. And I do have land destruction in this deck, so that might be interesting to board in. Because that would likely set him way back. More overgrowth. Great. He's got 4 mana available. He can untap that and put out another however many green mana. Plus he's still got the stomping grounds. What's he gonna do? He's going to attack me for 1. That's awesome. Very interesting. Okay, so first of all, I've got 3 mountains. If I spend 3 for the Extraplanar lens, I can tap that mountain for 3. That gives me 4. That is enough to cast the Thunderbreak Regent. Okay, I've got a total of 6, and I could potentially get another land. So first I'm going to cast my Combustible Gearhulk. Alright. I wonder if it just shows my opponent which 3 cards before they end up making the decision about whether those go to my hand or my grave. Looks like there has not been a decision made yet. And if I've got a land among the ones that end up in my hand, then I can cast either a Tormenting Voice or a Wayfarer's Bauble. Guess those went in the grave. What is that? Land. They all went in the grave. Okay. I don't have any mana to do anything, so I'll pass the turn while I start to look at what is in my graveyard. It was all mountains. Alright. So, the part that has me confused is... Oh, it's based on the converted mana cost. Interesting that he went for the hit. Alright, I've got to review that. I'm going to let him play Combustible Gearhulk. When it enters the battlefield, target opponent may have you draw 3. If they don't, then you put the top 3 into your graveyard. Then Combustible Gearhulk deals damage to that player equal to the total converted mana cost of those cards. Okay, I'm mixing that up with a different effect. Converted mana cost, and so because they're all lands, he got off easy, and he's got an Emrakul to boot, so that's pretty amazing. With Combustible Gearhulk, when I cast it, most people will let me draw cards. Because it can be a pretty hefty hit, especially if you've got a high curve, which is usually the case playing against Combustible Gearhulk. I would have expected it to deal at least half a dozen damage, but they got off lucky and it was all land. Okay. Alright. Annihilator 6, that's enough to wipe my board, and he's got me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good game. Blockers. Yeah, I don't have blockers. You did it. Alright, and I've got no lands. Very nice. Okay, let's sideboard. And I am pleased to see. How many have I got? 2 Molten Rain. We'll put those in. And those aren't going to do me any good. Field of Ruin is only good for non-basic lands. Whether or not that's really going to help is debatable. Molten Rain is definitely going to be excellent. And I'll drop just a couple cantrips for it. And try that. I'm really hoping that I can draw that just before he does something ridiculous. Because it would be awesome. And because it would be hilarious. So I'll play. Okay, so I can bolt those Voyaging Satyrs or whatever he's got. And I can keep this. Mulligans to 5. That bodes well for me also. And alright, we'll kill that. After it gets to the battlefield. There's a bubble. Probably get land with the Cathartic Reunion. I'll definitely get land with the bauble. I'm going to bauble. I've still got a bolt available to kill an Arbor Elf or a Voyaging Satyr, so I will go ahead and play the bauble for now. to be a sprawl. Okay. Bolt the bird. When you think about how much you pay for land destruction, it's usually a great move to kill mana producing creatures as soon as they hit the board. Okay, so I've not played land for turn. I can play a Cathartic Reunion, or I can sack my Wayfarer's Bauble. I'm going to get further into the deck with my Cathartic Reunion. So I'll do that first. Good. Very good. I can also play Faithless Looting now. And there's my land destruction. Awesome! Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. I will chuck a Cathartic Reunion. And I gotta have 2 other cards available in order to even use them, which I don't have a whole ton of cards available at the moment, so I will. Doesn't let me get through stuff as quickly. I definitely want Molten Rain. I can drop a Cathartic Reunion and another Cathartic Reunion, or a Cathartic Reunion and a Wayfarer's Bauble. I've got the 1 Bauble already. That's going to get me up to 4 lands at least, so I will dump the Bauble. Which is something I won't be able to use Cathartic Reunion next turn anyways. Oh well. Or the turn after that, because I'm playing Molten Rain to kill that forest. He is putting it on the same mountain again. The advantage of doing that is with his untapped creatures, he can untap it and use it for a larger amount each time. The disadvantage of doing that is that I could blow up the land. Something that not that many decks are going to be able to do, especially when it's on a basic land. But I've got Molten Rain, so I'm going to use it. He does have a couple of creatures out. And he can untap his forests. But that's a whole lot less ramping than he thought he was going to have. I'll pass turn. Oh, you got me. 3 damage. Nice, a Gearhulk that I cannot afford to use. I'm going to use my Wayfarer's Bauble, and then I'm going to cast Faithless Looting. Ooh, a bolt for his Arbor Elf. I like the idea of having a bolt, and I like the idea of having a combustible Gearhulk. I also like the idea of being able to mill. So, that's helpful there. His Eternal Witness, that's an enters the battlefield ability. Okay. So, those can end up stacking up if he's got more Eternal Witnesses. So if I bolted something, it would probably just be the Arbor Elf. Oh, decisions. It's kept him at bay so far. Which one? I need to dig into this. I need to get an extraplanar lens on the battlefield because it's going to be a little while before I can even play a combustible Gearhulk without it. Probably another viable alternative would have been to just dump both of the combustible Gearhulks. Right. So he's untapping maybe another Eternal Witness. Yep. And I guess he can get either a Utopia Sprawl or... Okay. And he can swing for 2. That's fine. Probably should have just dumped the 2 combustible Gearhulks, but that is hindsight. That lets me dig, and that lets me dig. I can cast Faithless Looting twice, so I'll do that first. Got a mountain and a bauble. Gives me a chance to ramp some. Oh, yuck. I need me an extraplanar lens. So I need to dig. So I'm going to dump a bauble and land. Alright. So I'm starting to see how dependent I am on the extraplanar lens to get to the kind of mana I need. So now he's at the point where he can tap for 4 more mana. It's probably not enough to do anything truly devastating. He's spreading them out now. That's funny. Alright, he's just swinging. That's fine. There is the extraplanar lens that I've been after. Did I just pass my whole turn? Yeah, I hate it when I do that. Not sure how I did it. Crap. Well, that's probably game. Six mana. Might be enough to do something good. Zen and Ghost. Got it. Beginning of combat. Haste and XX. Wow. Can't give it to itself. Okay. Tormenting Voice, Extraplanar Lens. I wanted to land anyway. Three for the lens. That helps. Alright, I've got to specify how this works. Okay. Yes. I will tap this for 2 and cast my Cathartic Reunion. Let's go digging. Combustible Gearhulk, that is good. This is a 6/6 with first strike. It doesn't matter that much when the creature is indestructible. So he's got me anyways. He's got enough to kill me, and I don't have enough to cast a creature. Good game, good sir. All right, that's game.